Hi, I'm Lacey Condi, here doing Callanetics Wake Up and Wind Down. It's our two-part series, and we're going to start with a wake up. Starting on your mat with your feet pelvis width apart. Reach your hands up to the sky, starting with our up and down stretch. Bend in the knees, swing down nice and deep in that lower body, and reach up nice and long and tall. Inhaling as you swing down, exhale as you reach, lengthening through the spine. Really starting to wake up that body, warming up from the fingertips to toes, deep in the knees, and reaching long through the spine. We're going to take it for a nice 10 strong swings for 5, all the way down and all the way up. That's it. Let that body just hang like a rag doll, really getting momentum, reaching out and down. Good, everyone, last 2. Inhaling and exhaling, weights in those heels. One more, all the way down. Reach up and let's hold up nice and long. Soften the knees, tilt the tailbone in and under. Stretch your body up and over to that left, really lengthening your waistline here. Place your left hand to the hip with your elbow wide. Flip the right palm to the sky, relax the shoulders. Gently start taking your pulse up and over to the left-hand side. Working a 1/4 inch movement, working to a nice 75 pulses to wake our body up nice and strong this morning. Think from the waistline, really lengthening up and out to that side body. Left hand is on that hip just for support of the lower back. Knees are always soft, and that weight is grounded evenly through those heels. Good. As you feel that side body really start to wake up, you can walk that hand down that hip. Keep that shoulder nice and relaxed, and that breath flowing. Really put energy through that right arm, feeling that underarm start to wake up nice and strong and long. Think like a rainbow. Reach it out a little longer. Great job for 3, for 2. On 1, soften the knees, reach to the left, and circle all the way back around to the right. Let's try the left side. As you reach up, nice and tall and long. Soft knees, ground that lower body, tilt the tailbone in and under. Stretch up and over to that right hand side, reaching through those fingertips. Place that right hand to the hip, wide elbow, left arm strong and long. Add that pulse, 1/4 inch movement up and over to that right hand side. Really deepening that midsection connection, lengthening out through those fingertips, feeling that underarm take in. Again, just really waking up that whole spine. As you reach, think longer, lengthening. Good, lower body nice and calm and relaxed. Shoulders staying down and rib cage nice and calm. Good, let that breath flow. Good, that's it, reaching a little longer. Hand can walk down the hip to add that little bit of an extra challenge for yourself. Great work. We're going to take it for another 5, 4, reaching over, 3, little more, 2, on 1. Bend the knees, reach, and circle all the way back around to stand up nice and tall. Drop the chin to the chest and gently relax into your neck. Roll your chin over to the right shoulder and stretch your chin all the way up to the sky, lengthening long underneath that neck. Slowly melt the chin all the way back down along your chest. Roll to the left shoulder and try stretching all the way back to the sky again. That should feel real nice first thing. Back down along the chest. Roll over to the right shoulder. Stretch, think longer, higher, even more range. And back down super slow. One more time. Over to the left, shoulders relaxed, chin raised up nice and high. Melts all the way back down the chest. And bring the head up. Good, we're nice and warm. We're going to take it to our pelvic waves. Anything sturdy will work for us today. We're going to be using a chair. Fingertips on the chair just for a balance point. Toes turned out. We're going to raise the heels up nice and high. Press the heels into one another to support the inner line of the leg. Drop the shoulders down. Lower 2-3 inches into the legs, turning your knees out naturally. Tilt the tailbone and curl that pelvis in and under. Release that pelvic curl nice and strong and long. Slowly down the legs, heels high. Curling in and under, really stretching your lower spine. And then releasing out nice and long. Try one more time. Down 2-3 inches. Scoop, really hollow in that center. And release that out nice and long. Great job. Up 2-3 inches. Really feel the legs start warming up. Curl in and under. Release that pelvic tilt. Good. Up 2-3 inches. Heels higher the better. Curling in and up. And release out slow. Let's try that again. 2 more sets, everyone. Down. Scoop. Really let those hips flow. And release that scoop. Down a little deeper. Really start waking up the legs for the strength from the inner thighs. Release out nice and smooth. Down a little deeper. Work that range of motion. Tuck that tailbone. Hollow that front body in and under. Beautifully done. Release out slow. Up 2-3 inches. Heels pressing forwards as you really draw those hips forwards and under. Release them out long. Up 2-3 inches. Try to avoid relying on that chair, your surface. Let that lower body do the work. Release. Reset. Last set. Big inhale, big exhale. Down for 2, maybe 3 inches. Curl in and under. Let that front body really draw in deep. Release that out slow. Down, getting a little deeper. Really get the legs shaken for yourself. Curling in, reshaping, sculpting, releasing slow. One more time. Down, 2-3 inches. Heels are higher. Curl in and up. Release out nice and slow. Looks great. Up for 2, scooping in. Let that mid-body really do the movement. Release out. One more time. Up 2-3 inches. Work that curl. Pull those hips forwards and under. Release the curl and drop the heels. Good. Shake the legs out a little bit. Let's wake up our abdominals. Slowly take it down onto your mat. We're going to sit down and lay flat onto our backs. Walking yourself down nice and slow from the lower spine, mid spine, and then upper spine. Let's start with our single leg raise. We're going to draw our right knee into our chest and extend that right leg nice and long to the sky. Shoulders are relaxed, lower spine is melted into the floor. With a nice big inhale, on the exhale, round your head, neck and shoulders up from the mat. Place your hands behind the back of that right leg, elbows wide and high. Nice inhale, exhale, use those arms to round up a little more, really for the stretch in your upper spine. Drop the shoulders, relax the neck, lengthen your left arm long, and then your right arm long. Slowly add your pulsing forwards into that front body. Nice and gentle, so you're really waking up your upper abdominals, working down to those hip bones. Everything on the front half of your body really deeply connected. Tightening into that front half. Using your breath nice and slow, in and up. Good, really working an extension through that right leg. Energy through those arms. And deep connection, really flattening those abdominals. Stretching that back body as you're rounding up and in a little tighter than you think you can. 75 counts, a little less than what we do on our normal programs. Starting to get your body nice and warm. Awesome, let's do it for 5, 4, in and up, 3, a little more, 2, 1, and slowly release the spine down. Draw that right knee into the chest, and then melt the right foot to the floor. Let's try the other side. Draw that left knee in, shoulders are calm. Extend that left leg nice and long. Arms are long beside the body, lower back is in the mat. Fill the body up with air, and exhale as you round. Get that range of motion for yourself. Hands to the back of the thighs, wide elbows, engage those arms. Round up and in even tighter. Slide the shoulder blades down, so that neck is nice and mobile. Extend the right arm long and left arm long. Energy through those arms as we add your pulse, in and forwards. Good, work that concentration all through your front body. Upper, really start shaking. Keep that connection as you work deeper and deeper. The less you move, the better for that front body connection. Fight to keep those arms nice and strong and long. If you need a break at any time, second set of these. Hands go on the leg, wide elbows, relax the shoulders. Remember, 75 counts you're really working into. In, nice and tight, nice and connected. Shoulders are away from the ears, eyes are low so you can see and feel what you're working. Beautifully done. 3, 2, 1. Release the spine all the way down. Draw that left knee in. Good. Let's take it to double legs. So both knees come in, both legs lengthen up. Arms lengthen to the side of the body. Shoulders relaxed. Round your head, neck, and shoulders up from the floor. Hands behind the thighs. Nice, good grip. Round up and in a little deeper. Good. Extend the right arm long and the left arm long. Add the pulse. In. Nice and tight, nice and tiny. Lots of extensions to those legs. Lower back staying in the mat and breath flowing. Feel strong once you got your pulsing connection. Lower the legs. 2-3 inches away from you. Continue to lower the legs, think like a 45-degree angle. to increase your challenge for yourself. Anytime that's too much, legs can come straight back up in the air. Good, well over the halfway. It's just 50 pulses with the double leg. Stay with me. Really feeling that body wake up, sculpting in. Good, 8, 7, squeeze it, 6, nice and tiny, nice and tight for 3, 2, you got it, 1, and release down nice and slow. Drawing the knees in, and then we're gonna lengthen your legs nice and long. I'm gonna slowly flip over onto the right side of the body, raising up onto the right elbow. Taking into our side plank to wake up our back, our waist. Right knee can stay on the floor, left leg grows long, or both legs can lift evenly as you raise your hips up off the mat. Lengthen the left arm to the sky if your balance point feels strong, and just breathe into your body here. Nice big inhales and nice big exhales. Feel the right shoulder blades stay down the back. Feel that waistline, try to lift up a little higher. And just breathing in and out, keeping your hips even and that neck nice and long. Good, holding this position and breathing for 5. Beautifully done. 4, open to the chest for 3. Good, for 2. And on 1, you're gently gonna lower those hips back down to the mat. Good, sit up and try the other side. Just flipping the feet over, down onto the left elbow. Directly under the shoulder. Think lift up out of that shoulder, so no tension. Knees can stay bent, top leg can lengthen, both legs can lift, and float the hips up off that mat. Good, once you got your balance point, reach, see what it feels like. Gaze up towards that hand. You can always place that hand back down onto the floor at any time for support. Remember, those hips can stay on the mat just until you build the strength up, working through that whole left side body. You want to think from the armpit down. Watch that the shoulders don't creep up. Really keep nice and lengthened. Beautifully done. For 5, opening that chest a little wider. For 4, plugging the shoulder blades down the back. For 3, perfect. For 2, and on 1, slowly melt those hips back down to the mat. Good. From here, we're going to take it sitting straight up with the left knee bent in front of you, and we're going to pull the right knee bent behind you. Taking it to bring up the rear on the right, you're going to rotate your right hip forwards. Hand on the hip to help guide the rotation. Float the right toes off the mat. Little lean to the left. Guide the knee at the height of the foot, and gently add your pulse backwards, deepening the base of your glute. Waking up the back of that leg, nice and slow and nice and controlled. Think of that chest staying nice and lifted. Think of that waistline staying nice and engaged. Just came from that left side, so try to avoid collapsing. If you can, try to lift up out of that shoulder. Hands up if it feels right for you. It's first thing in the morning, so you can always keep that hand on the floor and work your way to sitting taller, lifting and pulling in that whole outer right side body. Just 75 counts to really get ourselves started for the day. Good, we've got less than 15 to go. Keep that breath flowing with your connection. See and feel the base of that glute really firming, back the leg, really sculpting for 3. Good, 2, and 1. Slowly release that leg. Good, we're gonna take it to the left side as you swing the right leg in front and the left leg behind you. Creating that 90-degree angle with that left leg, knee in line with the hip, foot in line with the knee. Place that left hand onto the hip, roll that hip forwards nice and deep. Press the knee slowly, lifting the toes. Little lean to the right and float the knee up off the mat. Good, once you're lifted, add that pulse. Deepening that knee, getting behind that hip. Nice and slow. Good, and nice and connected. Then that exhale flow. Good, chest is open, shoulders are dropped. Right hand, if it feels right, coming up off the floor. Good, that's it, gaze is high. Feel that whole outer left side connected, just as strong as you did the right side. Getting that range of motion through those hips, and that strength and connection from the base of the glute. Good, lots of breathing. 20 counts to go. If you can, really finish off nice and strong. Good, 10 seconds, rib cage is soft, shoulders are dropped. For 3, nice, 2, and 1. Relax that leg nice and slow. Good, rolling that hip out. Let's take it one more time to the right side. So make a little switch up on this one by extending your right leg long. Really lengthen out the tiptoes, sitting tall in the spine. Rotate the entire leg forwards and down. From there, slowly drag the leg in towards you, coming in from the hip and the glute. Float the toes up off the mat, no more than an inch. and add your pulse up. Quarter-inch movement. Shoulders are dropped. Good, neck is nice and long. Building the strength all the way up through the outer side of that leg. If you find this a little difficult, you can always start down that forearm. Think like that side plank, lift up out that shoulder. As you develop strength and you feel strong enough, you can always come up. And if you feel right, raising the left hand off the floor. Really getting that body first thing in the morning, really tightening, pulling in nice and strong, breathing through that body. Lots of extension to the right leg, shoulders away from the ears. Beautifully done. For 5. Good, stay with it. For 4. For 3, almost there. 2, feel that vibration. 1, and relax that leg. Good, roll that out a little. Let's switch it one more time, even out that body. Left leg's gonna lengthen nice and long. Good, sitting tall. Roll that hip forwards. Drag that leg in nice and deep, coming from the base of that glute. Float the foot up an inch, and add your pulse. Quarter of an inch movement. Nice and slow, good, and nice and controlled. Watch for the shoulders creeping up. Actually, that's gonna happen if you find tension wants to take over. That exhale flow through the body really helps that body relax, really puts the effort into that one base isolation of that base glute muscle down outside that leg. Working up into that waistline. It feels right, coming up off the right fingertips, raising up off the mat, reaching to the sky. Good, that's it, working that connection that feels right for you this morning. Good, that's it, 15 seconds, staying strong. Nice and smooth and nice and controlled. For 4, 3, 2, on 1, slowly release the foot. Good, as you rotate that leg out, we're gonna take it to our open and close. So we're gonna scoot back onto the chair, holding onto the top just for stability. Drawing your knees in towards your chest, nice and slow. Tilt the tailbone in and down and relax your shoulders. From there, we're gonna float the toes up off the mat, about the height of the knees if you can. From there, if you can add extension, reach the legs nice and long. For 10, slowly open the legs and slowly close the legs. Really try to avoid pulling onto your object. Really force your abdominals to do the work and squeezing of the inner thigh. Slow open, slow close. Big breath in, squeeze on the exhale. Let's go for 5. Work to raise the legs. 4, lengthening through the tiptoes. Good. For 3, nice and strong, nice and relaxed. 2, let the inner thigh do the work here. For 1, squeeze, and let's take a little breather. Allow the knees to open, just draw the chest towards those heels. And think about the knees just opening wide to your side. Good, we're gonna try that one more time. Really wake up that lower body. Good. As we sit up nice and tall, legs come together. Draw those toes in as close towards you as you can. Fingertips up, tilt the tailbone in, let that core really hollow in towards that spine. Pulling the knees to the chest, float the toes, the height of the knees. Work that extension if you can, opening slow, closing slow. Inhale as you open, squeeze as you close. Even slower, really feel the muscle. Working the length, good, working your height, and connected with the breath. If you're to close your eyes, you're all connected to that front body, all the way up into that midsection, and working long to those legs. Let's go for 4, almost there. Inhale wide, exhale squeeze. 3, that's it, really draw the legs tight. 2, last one, stay with me. 1, and melt the toes to the floor. Good, from there, just let the legs lengthen out in front of you, reach the hands to the sky, and draw those hands over towards those tiptoes. Take a hold of the feet, awesome, pulling the elbows wide, let the spine just stretch forwards. Good, let the head hang, let that upper body just go. Really feel the length from the lower back. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Think about the forehead melting deeper between the shins. Good, that's it. Let that spine really let go. Length to the hamstrings. Avoid locking out the knees. Good, and breathe. Letting the body fall heavier and heavier into it. Good, that's it. Holding this for a nice 40, 50 counts just to let the body go. Getting yourself set for the day. For 3, good. For 2, excellent everyone. For 1, slowly round your spine up. Let's finish off with our inner thigh squeeze. So you can rotate towards your chair or your solid surface that we're going to be using. As long as it's hip width, You're gonna wrap the arches of your feet around your object. Squeeze your arches as hard as you can. Try to sit up nice and tall through the spine and slightly lean forward so you take any pressure off from your lower back. Hands can just rest nice and naturally beside your thighs, on the thighs, as long as you're not putting pressure on the knees. And you think constant connection. You want to feel almost a shaking sensation from the inner thighs out through the toes. Feet are still nice and relaxed. Work the crushing from the inner arch. Good. Think lengthen through that waistline, relax through the rib cage, relax through the shoulders, and keep crushing. When you think you want to give up, think of that jiggle. Really tighten it in, lengthen the legs long. Good. Stay with it. 10 seconds, keeping everything youthful. Breathing in and out. Good. For 5, for 4. That's it. Stay with it. 3, 2. Good. And gently release those legs. Great work, everyone. Thank you for joining our Wake Up, and I look forward to seeing you on our Wind Down.